What got him convicted from the sound of it, Andrew, is that tape that Paul Murdoch took moments before he died, that they didn't even know about for months and months and months after the murders. The cops didn't know. They had their eye on Alec, but they did not know that he was there. He had said, I was at the house, I was sleeping. Maggie and Paul were at the kennels, and I didn't hear any of this. And I went to see my mom. Then it turns out Paul had taken out a videotape to videotape a dog on site who had mange on his tail, and his friend was worried about the dog. And unbeknownst to Alec and most of the people in this case, it was all on tape 4 minutes. 4 minutes, at the most 6, we think, before Alec murdered them. Here's a little bit of that tape just to remind folks of how people sounded.
Get back. Get back. Quick, Cash. Quick. It's okay. Come here. It's not bad. Come here, Cash. Come here. Post it. Cash.
Hey, he's got a bird in his mouth. Bubba.
Hey, Bubba.
It's a guinea.
This is a chicken.
Come here, Bubba.
Come here, Cash.
Come here, Bubba.
Cash. Quit.
That was it, Andrew. That's the reason Alec felt he had to take the stand and explain his lie, that he wasn't there when everyone could hear his voice on the tape. Everyone testified that was him. And that testimony he gave was not helpful. The juror who spoke out today, and we'll play some of him in a second, didn't believe one word. What are your thoughts?
Well, probably unpopular opinion, but we mentioned the appellate process beginning now. I certainly expect that'll be the case. But we have appellate courts for a reason. And that's because sometimes juries get it wrong. We have the Innocence Project because sometimes juries get it wrong. And I have no idea whether or not Alex Murdaugh murdered his wife and son. I wasn't there, of course. I can only look at what proceeded in court. And what I saw in court was nothing close to proof beyond a reasonable doubt. I saw an entirely circumstantial case, absent any motive other than a completely circumstantial motive. And I don't think any American should be convicted on that kind of case.
Why? I mean, why isn't circumstantial evidence enough? That can be, that can create.
No, it can be, sure. If you have a compelling motive, circumstantial evidence can certainly be enough. But the motive here is entirely itself circumstantial. There's no direct evidence that Alec believed he was going to get any benefit from the financial crimes or discovery of his financial wrongs by murdering his son and his wife. The son and wife that every state witness in the position knows said he adored and loved.
Okay, let me get Ronnie to respond to that as somebody who sued Alec on behalf of those two kids who were. By
the way, I'm not saying Alec's a nice guy. If he goes to jail for the rest of his life with the financial stuff, I don't have any problem with that. I have no personal investment in Alex Murdaugh. I'm speaking only to the criminal charges here, which were murder.
Go ahead, Ronnie. Do you want to respond?
Yeah, I think any outcome here would have been a perfectly acceptable outcome. I think if the jury had said not guilty, I think that would have been acceptable based on the evidence presented. I think if the jury would have hung, that would have been understandable. I think the pivotal moment in the case was Alex's decision to testify. And he made it a single issue case. He turned a very complicated case into a single issue. And the single issue is, why did you lie to the police about having not been there? And I don't think the jury believed his answer. I think that's why the deliberation was so short. At the end of the day, it wasn't just, it's time to go home. I think the first question was, does anybody accept his answer as to why he was not there? And if he lied about not having been there, then he lied about that for a reason. You know, the other thing that I think is compelling in the case, and a place where I think the defense strategy may have boomeranged a little bit, that site visit, I think, was ill-advised. I've been out there. It's remote. They wanted the jury to see the spatial relationships with the kennels and the house. Well, the spatial relationship that strikes you when you go out there is it's in the middle of nowhere. And so I could see the jury on that site visit asking themselves, well, how is it possible that it was anyone else other than Alex? So he's there at the time, or very close in proximity to the time the murders are committed. They appear to have been committed with weapons of the household. and he lies about his whereabouts, and his behavior from that moment forward appears to be the behavior of a guilty person. So I'm comfortable that the circumstantial evidence was there. I would have been comfortable with any outcome from this evidence, frankly.
Mm-hmm. The juror who spoke out on ABC News today, his name was Craig Moyer, definitely cited that video. I mean, the big lie in this case, which was Alex saying, I was not down at the kennels anywhere near the time of the murder. Maybe an hour before that, but nowhere near after that until I found the dead bodies. And he was forced to take the stand and admit that that was a lie because his son had taken this videotape unbeknownst to him. I had said a couple of days ago to your partner, Ronnie, Eric Bland, who was on here, that if this jury finds Alex Murdaugh guilty, it will be because his son, in essence, fingered him. His son is the one who found his own murderer and told the police about it posthumously. I mean, it's very eerie. And the prosecutor, Metter, said something very similar in his rebuttal, which resonated with the jury as described by Craig Moyer. Here's soundbite 8 with the prosecutor in that rebuttal on that moment.
The 3 witnesses that were beautiful, that were uncontroverted. And one was Paul. He didn't testify to you up on the stand, but he testified to Dr. Raymer, and he testified to his son. He didn't know he took that video. That's why he said he wasn't down there. Paul knew. Dad, I got some insurance. I got some insurance. Not the kind of insurance you've made money off of, an insurance some clients you gave back and some you didn't. I've got some insurance on you. But if you go lie and say you weren't down here, I got you. I don't know when it'll come out. Maybe you'll go ahead and lie. But this is going to come out. Paul had that insurance on him. And maybe that's why he was worried about that phone. And you can't make that up. Because you remember when I asked David Owens, does anybody else in the world know that that video was out there except Paul? No, sir. And that's incredible evidence.
Absolutely chilling. Spring is nearly here. The days are getting longer. The weather's going to get warmer. And we know what that means. It's time to get outside and enjoy your backyard, or will be soon. What better way to do that than with the Michael Phelps Swim Spa by Master Spas? The Michael Phelps Signature Swim Spa helps you create your perfect backyard this season and for many seasons to come. Designed to be used year-round, you can swim, exercise, and relax in the convenience and privacy of your backyard. It's like having your own private oasis at home. Plus, delivery and installation take less than a day once your space is ready. How about that? The water current creates resistance so you can swim in place. You get your exercise right there. And because it's heated, you can choose your perfect water temperature. Enjoy pure relaxation in the massage therapy seats of the swim spa when you're done. You get your exercise and your relaxation all in one. Michael Phelps Swim Spas are 100% made in the USA by Master Spas, the world's largest swim spa manufacturer. You will love your Michael Phelps Swim Spa by Master Spas. Go to masterspas.com/MK for a special offer. Save $1,000 on a Michael Phelps Swim Spa or $500 on a Master Spas hot tub. Again, go to masterspas.com/MK. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.